Alright guys, so we are back in Car Mechanic Simulator 26 demo. Keep in mind this is not full release, it's just demo. And we're going to do the story mission number 2. I put some stuff in the warehouse, well I thought I had to, but I just had to sell some parts out of my inventory so it doesn't get confused in the next job. And so yeah, we did that, and we got another order we can do. There'll be this one and one more, and then that'll be it. So this is going to be the Mayen M5 T3, which is a 2015 year model. And they bring it by with some issues fixed. So dropping by with a small problem. My new sporty toy isn't so great. The engine misfires, sometimes won't start. The turbo is loud. The brakes are squeaking. Hope I will regret this purchase. Fix whatever's needed to make sure everything works properly. See ya. And then they want an oil change. So that's pretty much what we know. And they want 100% parts. So anything we've got in our warehouse is not going to be good enough for these guys. We're going to go ahead and take this order. And we're going to have to go over here and pick it up. And I'm going to hold down shift and do a little jog in here and get this going. So I showed before that you can right click on the vehicle and go car status, and you can look over a lot of stuff. I went over this more in depth on the previous video, so if you really want to know more about that, check it out. The one thing I didn't mention was this engine starting over here is important to know, because if it does start, then you're good to go. If it does not start, there's a way to move it, and it costs money to have it moved every time, so keep that in mind. Issues to fix, so we don't know some of the parts, so there's no point in me ordering parts, because all I'm gonna do is order an oil filter. So we're going to discover these parts, and it looks like it's going to be mostly engine work, but he says something about the brakes are squeaking and the turbo is loud, so we are going to do visual inspections on this, but we're not going to go full blown on the inspections. We're just going to check kind of what we need to check, and go from there. So we're going to start by hitting the service path with this. I guess it would help if I hit the door and get in it. And you can just walk up and hit F on your keyboard to just jump in it, and it'll crank the motor up and you go back to business. So this is a turbocharged car that's not doing too healthy. So it wasn't aligned on it pretty enough. Getting aligned on this can be a little bit of a pain in the tail. We'll just go ahead and do brakes and suspension because we're already in here. If this was for a career mode, then it would make sense to inspect every single thing, get all the XP we get. Let's see, we got a couple bad brake pads. I can see that now. Brakes. Sometimes lining up on this thing can be a little temperamental, but it's gonna need brake pads all the way around. Yeah, go ahead and check the rear suspension. We're already in here, so we might as well. We'll go ahead and switch over to suspension. So far, front's looking pretty decent. See what it comes up with the rear. The rear's looking good. So it's just brakes in here, so we just need to get out of here. Don't look like we're going to be doing any suspension work on this, which is going to be nice. And to save time and everything, I was just kind of showing earlier on the other video that you can park anywhere in here, but we're just going to go straight for the lift. We already know we got to put it on the lift anyways. And we just need to do the rest of our inspections. So we're going to hop out. Doors are shut. Good. Let's open the hood. So let's start by doing our engine bay stuff. It's got a lot of stuff that's not shown, so we're just going to go through this whole thing here, except for the tires. We'll see what it pops up and tells us. This is the fuel test right now. Fuel's all good. That's good. All right. We're going to skip tires. We're not worried about that. Let's go ahead and do multimeter. I doubt multimeter is what we're going to need, but it says something about misfire that might pick it up. In a spark plug or something like that. So we'll just go ahead and let it do its thing. Keep in mind that when I'm saying a lot of this stuff, it comes from a mechanic perspective. I was never a full-blown mechanic, but I've worked on cars all my life. ever since I was a child. And even though I never done it professionally, I still know a fair amount about motors and stuff. All right, so it didn't even show the spark plugs in here. So maybe that's going to be in the other deal. We'll check in a minute. So let's go ahead and continue on. Let's do our compression. Bad compression can start a misfire and rough idle and all kind of fun stuff. So it's all good too. Let's do OBD scanner. See what that comes up with. We know we got to put a turbo on this. There we go. Spark plugs. Yeah. Got all them bad spark plugs. Coils look good. Like converters all right. All right. So yeah, we got 4 bad spark plugs here. So that could definitely cause your misfire. Let's see how our list is looking now. So now we've discovered a little bit more. Obviously the brake pads was from the test path that we did, or the diagnostic paths is what they're calling it now. So let's do our visual inspection. I'm going to do this halfway realistic because you wouldn't inspect all this stuff from standing here. We're going to do as much as we can in the engine compartment, and then we're going to put on the lift, and we're going to see what we find underneath. That's how you would normally do it in real life. So that's just how I'm going to do it. It's just kind of a habit thing. Hopefully we'll kind of get an idea of what else is wrong with this engine or this car in general. So that's all the engine stuff. And we'll look at the full list here in a little bit. We just leveled again. Take a look at our air intake. Our filter's good. In theory, you would just open the box and see if the filter looked good, but this works too. Filter's covered. Yeah, it's all good. Well, the base is. Filter's good. All right. Oops, don't need to, but we'll check these while we're here. And we can't examine those, so let's hit escape and we'll get out of that mode. Let's get this up on the lift. Get under it. New little toy needs a paint job or a car wash, one of the two. Let's see here. We'll start with the suspension side. Let's see what else. Hub bearing, sway bar link, axle. Oh yeah. Let's do the suspension here. This is pretty much your easiest way to kind of get a start at where your problems are. It's not going to tell you everything. There's really no way to do every single thing. I mean, we could also do the test track. That would be an option. But, you know, that would be kind of like my last resort for testing, to figure out where the rest of our bad parts are at. Suspension, which is only going to test the cross member and the link across. There we go. I do tend to move a little fast, and I apologize for that. So if I really am going too fast for you guys, let me know and I will do what I can to slow down, but I'm trying to go a little slower anyways. All right, I think that's everything we can look at under here. I don't think there's anything else we can visually do, so we'll come out of that view. Let's look at the status again. So we got 2 parts we haven't found, and we'll probably find those parts as we're working on this. So I guess considering we already have it in the air, I guess let's go ahead and get a start on this. I guess what we can do is we'll go ahead and mark the stuff we know. I apologize if this is loud. It's a little loud in my ears, at least. As we get these done, then we'll get checked off. So we definitely got to do an oil change. So let's go ahead and grab our little thing here. Drain our oil out real quick. It's the one thing I always forget to do when I've got it up in the air, even on rebuilds. But half the time on rebuilds, they only have a drop of oil in there. But let's see. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and order our parts. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and order what we can. I'm hoping that they make a way where you can do these a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and order these parts. They'll be coming. That way we'll have most of it. That way we don't get too far into this without the parts we need. I mean, in theory, we can order these parts and actually go take a nap, but we're going to start disassembly. But I'm going to go back to my old method of doing one corner at a time to make my life a little easier. So we need to switch back to there and finalize our shopping. So that will arrive around 2, and it is 109. So that's not bad. Let's go ahead and take this corner apart. We do know we need to do a hub bearing on this side, so let's go ahead and get the drive shaft out of here. And got that bearing out. Go ahead and take our caliper off so we can get our pads out. And pads on this corner. That's all I'm going to do on this corner. I am going to go ahead and pull the oil filter while we're here. And then I think from here, we'll just stop at this corner. We'll go ahead and start working on the engine a little bit. Our parts will be here probably by the time we get done disassembling this. So we need to get these out of our way. Grab our spark plugs, which is kind of hard to see sometimes. I'm actually not used to all the highlighting. I'm used to the expert mode. So get in here, we need to remove the belt. Oh, that's right, we had the turbo we got to do too. This was one of the parts. Inventory. That should be my deal. Let's go ahead and get this ordered. Maybe it'll show up with the rest of everything. Yeah, that should show up with that order. We'll have that when it gets here. I see a water pump. Oh, here's another trick or a tip for you guys. Water pumps. You've got to drain the coolant first. If not, you end up with a fee for cleanup. So we'll get that off here. Go back into our normal mode. So now we know the water pump. Add that to there. Oh, this is going to make the list. Hurry this up. It'll be on the next shipment. Cool. All right, so we need to do these idle rollers too. Get these out of here. Now we know all of our parts. We've already ordered all of our parts. Now we're just waiting on parts. And I think we've tore apart as much as I want to do. Parts have showed up. Ooh, brought me a big old crate. All right, nice. Sorry for the loud noise. I went to mute my mic and bumped it with my hand. I had to cough, so. Part mount. Let's get all these parts put on here, and then we'll get back to doing the underneath stuff. Nice little shiny parts. Hold on. Just want to put this one on. Sorry about the silence there for a minute, guys. I was trying to get a drink after coughing, and I sneezed earlier too, so it's made my throat all scratchy. So I was trying to get a drink and all that stuff. Hold up, we get a new belt for that, don't we? One thing I've learned is you got to kind of watch this one here, this game iteration. It tends to want to grab that part instead of the new one you just bought. So kind of keep an eye when you're doing stuff like that, because you don't want to be putting the wrong parts on. So let's see if we can get up higher, higher, there we go. Like I said, you just kind of have to watch what you're doing, because if not, it'll kind of throw you a curveball and it could goof you up. Okay. That parts are done. Parts. Sometimes you'll see me do the hub bearing from the back side just because it's easier to see sometimes, but trying to get your camera to line up where you want it can be another question. Add that. Go back on. But I just like doing one corner at a time, guys, because it keeps you from mixing up your parts. I know it was an issue back in Car Mechanic 2018. And it just turned into a habit that I've done all the way through 21. So now we're at this corner. So we're gonna do this one. I think we ordered a whole new axle too. Come back to that in a minute. Brake pads off. Let's go ahead and grab this. Oh, camera movements can be funny. Even does it in the other iterations, so I'm not gonna complain about that. It's something I'm used to. It's odd. Pads on. Please. Wrong one. Do I have any more brake pads? I do. For some reason I was thinking I only bought 2 instead of 4. I think the next job is going to go a little bit more in depth into the engine, if I'm remembering right. I've already done these a few times, guys, so. But the next car will be in the next video. I'm pretty excited for this game to come out. I keep checking to see if it's even got a release date on it yet. Hands on here. While we're kind of down this mode area, let's go ahead and check. Oh, that's checked off. So we just got to put a hole in this thing and we are done, guys. Oh, we got to put coolant back in. We had to drain the coolant too. Just remember that. I like how the liquid, you know, the coolant and so far the washer reservoir or washer fluid sounds like an actual water sound instead of the old gloomp gloomp like it was oil. Okay, so status, everything is done. So in theory, I can go ahead and complete the car from here. We're not that tight on time, so we're going to go ahead and take this into the alignment rack. I know I didn't really do much on the suspension, but I did change that one link, so I think it's best to go ahead and do a quick alignment on it. It doesn't cost me anything. It's got a lot of power. Holy crap. Needs better tires for it. That's for sure. Alignment's all good. So sorry about that. All right. This is a done deal. Order. Money. And now it's 4:15 in the afternoon in the game. So that pretty much solves that up, guys. I think I'm going to cut the video there. Pretty much done with that job. The only thing I got to do is deal with these parts here. So I just need to put that. I'm going to put some of it in my warehouse, and obviously the red parts are going to go bye-bye for now, because I'm obviously not going to get into the point of the other machines being able to do scrap and things like that, at least not right now. I may, after I do the next video, I may do another video after that, just tearing apart the truck that we own. But I'm on the thinking of that one, so I'll keep that on the thoughts and kind of go from there. But we may do that too. So, but anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. That's gonna be it for this one here. There'll be one more story mission car that we can do in this demo, so we're gonna do that in the next video. And then we're going to kind of go from there. Pretty much once we get done with that, other than working on our own truck, we're pretty much done with the demo, other than I'm going to use some of my other profiles that I've already messed with some stuff and showcase some of the other workbenches and stuff we can do. But that'll be one of the last videos, probably the very last one in the series. So anyhow, guys, I will catch you on the next one. See ya.